Okay, two quick things about the war in Ukraine recently in the last 48 hours or so. Firstly, the Russian advances on Soledar out in the east near Bakhmut. And the fact that there was a dispute between the Wagner group, led by Putin's buddy Prigozhin, a mercenary group, and the official Russian army, and whether or not who controlled what and whether or not Soledar had fallen to the Wagners. Secondly, the removal of the head general here by Putin, getting rid of Surovikin and replacing him with the head of staff, Gerasimov. I have said many, many times before that Russia's history is like a broken record. It keeps repeating itself. And what happens is when the central power, when the main alpha male, as it were, the guy at the top, is seen to be weak, the sharks start to circle and they start to nip at one another. The fact that we're seeing this happening publicly means that this has probably been going on quite some time inside the Kremlin. But it also means that, like so many times in Russia's past, a long period of stagnation and suffering and and dysfunction ultimately leads to a revolutionary massive upheaval that we see throughout Russia's history. Hopefully, the best thing we can hope for, I think, is that the revolution will be within the palace itself, that it'll be a palace coup. And the boyars, the leaders, the power brokers within Russia will get together and they will negotiate a way for Putin to leave, and then they'll take it to Putin himself, and whether or not he agrees with it or not, well, we'll see. The other option, one of the other options, is that we see a violent revolution which involves people on the streets, and that means a lot of blood. There are other alternatives as well that we can draw from Russian history. Hopefully a Yeltsin will emerge, for example, and stand on a tank proverbially and head off what I see as a coming very serious internal domestic conflict within Russia that people have been talking about for quite some time, but it might just be Ukraine that is the hill on which Russia's current oligarchic kleptocracy led by Vladimir Putin may eventually, finally come to an end.